Hey, what's up guys, it's ElasticSpyder here, and in today's video we've got some Montana gameplay. In this video, if you have been already looking at the chat briefly, oddly enough, I was unintentionally put in the game with Puddin', and this was not expected at all. And as soon as I saw the chat and Puddin' saying reported, I instantly knew that, well, that was Puddin'. But so you can read the chat if you'd like. This was recorded this was played on Friday or Saturday, sorry, and this was right before King of the Seas. And if you haven't been paying attention to the King of the Seas on the NA server, that is actually going on right now. Well, it is in the season is, I guess, in the process of, being done right now. This Saturday actually will be, I think, the start of the single elimination rounds. We had group play last weekend, so this Saturday, I think 6 p.m. Eastern time, and then this Sunday 3 p.m. Eastern time there'll be some King of the Sea competitive World of Warships action. So if you want to check that out, feel free. But Puddin' is also, I'll just let you guys know, he is in a ship that is quite interesting at the moment. But he's on a completely other side of the map, so we won't be talking too much about him over there. The main focus is, I guess, on myself and this side. So I'm going to actually take this rather slow at the beginning here. The only reason I am is because we've got a Gearing who's on A, and it's obviously being contested because we're not gaining any cap points, a Kutuzov, and then myself in the Montana. Now, there is a Kira in the game. I'm not too worried about a Lexington. I'm pretty much full AA spec, so I'm not worried about him. However, I am worried about some of the other things like a Shimakaze and a Des Moines, and typically Des Moines like to sit around here or around here, but as soon as I see Des Moines over there, I kind of get slightly less worried, and I feel more able to kind of push my weight around on this side. So first shots out on this Montana. Well, that was awful. So this was my first game of the day. I wanted to prepare a little bit before King of the Seas, so just get my aim down. I thought, well, what better ship to use than the Montana? So second salvo, hopefully this will be a little bit better. It's looking not too bad. I did expect this hipper to turn, and there's one overpen. A lot of times I'll be going for the bigger hits and those massive hits rather than, I guess, more consistent. Some other battleship players, or I guess other players in general, will do the opposite, but that is completely up to them. Not gonna say which one is better because frankly I don't know, but this third salvo does look slightly better, a little bit late, I would say. It's falling pretty nicely, and sigh, major sigh. So I'm gonna try this Alabama. See that he shoots the Kutuzov, not too worried here, so I'm gonna open up on him. Speaking of those big hits, I'm going to try and hurt this guy quite a bit. And with that, 14k, aimed a little bit high there. Again, kind of expected him to turn out a little bit sooner than he did, so when those shells actually reached his ship, he would actually be getting citadels rather than just pens and overpens. But what can I do? So strike planes are coming in. You can't see this here in the replay, but I do have manual AA targeting the torpedo bombers, and I'm going to be turning into those torpedo bombers. They'll start getting shredded here in a second once they get into my mid-range AA, and you can start seeing that 3, 4, 5, and then, well, they start melting. Of course, with manual AA, if you don't, that was a very nice shot, 3 pens, 2 overpens, and a citadel on that hipper. If you don't manually select the planes, your long-range AA won't be shooting at all. And long range, I guess, I should clarify, having caliber over 85 millimeters. So you have to be very conscientious about doing that, and you have to be very aware as well. So with that said, we end up getting our first kill of the game, second kill of the match for the team wise, but we're going to slowly be pushing here. We see the Z46, and I see that, you know, using scrolling up a little bit, or moving my mouse up a little bit rather, I was able to see which way the Z46's torpedoes were looking, and I saw that they weren't looking at me, so figured, even if I do get deleted, it can't be that bad. Another 30k salvo, 5 pens, and 1 citadel. Again, a little bit behind. Had I aimed a little bit more under the smokestack, I probably could have gotten a multi-citadel, and that Bama would be dead. With that being said, I'm going to start to turn my attention to the Z46. He's going a little slow. I don't adjust too much, and blap! 1 pen, 2 overpens, and that guy is finished. So 86k so far. This game, I will say, when I recorded this game and after I played, or when I played this game, and after I played this game, I looked at my damage totals, and obviously I consulted Puddin because he is in the in this game as well, as I've said. I was telling him, yeah, it's a good game, but I don't know if it's YouTube worthy. And ultimately Puddin said, just put it up. So that's kind of my mentality here. Or I guess, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But another citadel on Montana, another 30k salvo. And again, these 30k salvos, while I'm not getting a lot of citadels, I'm happy with these salvos, because they're doing a good enough amount of damage to their enemy battleships. And look, I'm taking 2,000 damage, just because I'm angling just a little bit. Another citadel for another 16k, and I almost got a couple more, but a few of those shells did end up shattering. So here, I'm just gonna be pushing along this side. Basically the G line. I'm just gonna be pushing here, and staying angled like this. And at this point in the game, I see that half their team is dead. They've got 2 caps. They're probably going to be losing B rather quickly here. So I'm just gonna go full steam and hope for the best. I guess that is Puddin's motto, so to say. But speaking of him, we can see him here. 27.1 kilometers, just enough for my spotter plane to shoot him and citadel him, but we won't do that today. So here, I'm actually going to be switching to HE, and a lot of times you'll be saying, why would you do that? And well, my reasoning is Montana going away from me, and a Montana kind of sitting there. If I'm shooting AP, I'm probably going to get 4 to 6k. If I'm lucky. A lot of times they'll actually bounce. But here with HE, I'm just going to spam him with some HE, and hopefully I'll do some good damage. And here I realize that he's backing up, but I still get a fire, which at the end of the day, that's going to be the damage over time in this situation in particular is more beneficial than that 6k every 25 seconds or 30 seconds, because my AR hasn't kicked in. But I did see this Montana turning, so instantly I load the AP again, and we're gonna wait for a little bit more turn, and then we unleash. And notice I'm still staying somewhat angled to this other Montana. Oof, 24,000, no citadels, couldn't finish anything, couldn't finish him there. A bit unfortunate, but the Prince Eugen gets a nice kill. So at this point, I'm just going to charge him. And here in chat, I think this is where I say, Puddin, I've got a video for... Yep, I got a video for Wednesday. So here, I'm just going to aim at the superstructure. Honestly, looking back on this replay, I probably could have aimed right under the front gun turret. Right here. Let's see, he was angled at about 40, not 40, between 30, probably about 35 degrees, I would guess. That was a bad shot. But he was angled about 35 degrees, and I probably could have penned him, but that 9K is still not bad. So here, my mistake here, I don't want to go for the ram, but unfortunately it's going to happen. I should have initially gone a little bit left and then turned right. Kind of juke him out. It's hard to juke in a battleship, but unfortunately, and another mistake here, I got to turn left now. I can't keep turning right. I turned right too soon. He's going to ram me. I still get the high caliber, and at the end of the day, I just gained another 50k, 60k damage, so I'll be happy with 240k. So with that being said, let's look at the post-battle results. So looking into post-battle results, only a high caliber today, but 240k, 9 planes shot down, 3 ships killed, 4 citadels. A pretty nice game overall. Team score-wise, 24-74. Let's see, where did Puddin end up? 15-21 with 15 planes shot down, so not too bad for Puddin. Looking at the detailed report, again, don't expect to get 67k from ramming, or don't expect that. But Montana, you're gonna be getting, honestly, if you are able to pull off a ram, and I actually did this in one of my over 300k damage game. I actually ended up ramming a Yamato that was nearly full health. If you can ram, go ahead. But the Montana is one of the better ships to do drive-bys with, just because while it does have slightly worse maneuverability than something like a Yamato, it does have very good, relatively speaking, turret traverse, and it does have a nice citadel, and it can actually aim its guns quite low in those close quarter situations, whereas Yamato or the Kurfürst aren't able to. So, with that being said, the Montana is a good brawler for that reason. And then Critis, not too bad. It's whatever for me at this point. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know down in the comment section down below. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later.